lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, and I've been gone for a few days, but it's nice to finally be back here with you in the Old Curiosity Shop. Many of you know that I spent 2 or 3 days with Dee from The Thrill of the Thrift, Vintage Vinny, and David and Tammy from Vintage Uprising, Texas. And I think between the 5 of us, we filled my truck probably 4 times. We had to take hauls back. Everybody had a wonderful time, I think, I hope, I know I did. And I think Tammy and David have now moved down south to visit some other folks before they head back for Texas. Dee has made it safely back on the train to Niagara Falls, and of course Vintage Vinny is about 3 hours away in the state of Maryland, where he lives in Maryland anyway. But I'm not going to be, I did some filming and I don't have any of that ready yet. So in the next few days or so, there'll be 2 or 3 videos of all of us running around shopping and finding things. We will probably all do separate hauls on our own channels. I probably won't do it in this video, but in videos to come, I'll have links to Dee and Vinny and Tammy and David. I know Tammy and David have already posted some videos of them traveling across from Texas and doing some shopping here and there. Dee has already put up a video of her first day here in the area. So I guess I will link them anyway. And if you're interested for footage other than what's on my channel, please go and visit their channels as well. We had such a wonderful time. What I'm going to do today is to show you just a few things that I have added to the Old Curiosity Shop for sale, and then also some things that I bought that I plan on keeping for my own collection, and then the other shopping videos will come later on in the week. So let's take a look at what is new and for sale right now in the Old Curiosity Shop. I told you I was only going to do one autumn extravaganza, and I guess just one extravaganza, but I do have some more autumn decor pieces that I'll be selling in the next few days. But I have 2 blow molds. Now these are not the damaged ones that you saw on the back of my truck like last week. These are almost like new. The condition on these is fantastic, and I have them both listed separately. And we can see this one here is the pumpkin head, the jack-o'-lantern on the haystack, and of course he's Empire. I think he's right there, Empire. And someone at some point, you know, the date back there is I think 1969 or 68, but I think I read somewhere that that's not necessarily how old this is, but that's the year the mold was created. I can't be sure about that because I'm not a blow mold aficionado at all, but he is in fantastic condition. The only very slight issue with him is there's good cheek, there's cheek with dimple. You see, he just fell down or got pushed in there. Now you could take a spoon or a ruler or something and go up in there and sort of poke that little crink out, that little crease out. It's not a split or a break in his cheek. It's just like somebody punched him there on the cheek, and it needs to be popped back out. The plastic is sort of thin in that spot. So he's up for sale. This one I love. Again, pumpkin head, very angry black cat, not happy at all, standing on that pumpkin, and the dancing skeletons all around the base. Now this one is unmarked. They all have electric cords which work perfectly fine, and you can see the colors are very bright on these. These did not get faded in a windowsill, and thankfully nobody stuck a 200-watt light bulb inside and burned them out. I also have 2 really pretty amber candlesticks. Boy, don't they just glow like liquid honey? Don't these glow like liquid honey? Look at these. I'll sit back down. hold them up like this. Unmarked, I haven't done any looking through my books, but these are going to be listed. Or actually, they are listed. So, and there's no condition problems on those. And then here is a really nice iridescent candy dish, candy jar. Once again, classic late 20s, early 30s in marigold. And this one has iridescence to it. I believe you can see that. Some would refer to this as carnival, but it's really just a nice iridescent candy dish, candy jar on a pedestal, without any damage on this. Okay, can you see that? It's really nice. And now, for the most part, I'm going to show you some things that I bought that I think I plan on keeping, but of course I may change my mind. I've been known to do that. Won't ramble on about this because you already saw it. If you did see it in last night's video or yesterday's video, the wonderful Firestone Air Chief radio from 1941, which still has its little paint splatters on it, and the wonderful old cracked sort of alligator hide finish, which gives it character, and I'd never strip that off. And cabinet has been restored, which I'm happy with. I've done nothing, of course, to the electronics. That will come on a snowy day in 2022, probably. Okay, so excited to go back to an antique store. About a month ago, I was in an antique store filming, and a subscriber said, "Wow, I have the coffee pot. I don't have the cream and sugar. Can you please go back and get them for me?" Well, I went back and got them for you. I can't remember your name, but I know you and I are communicating with each other, and I will write back to you very quickly and get these off in the mail to you. So this is for a subscriber who saw these, and they will match her Art Deco coffee pot. Bakelite really nice red Bakelite handles, and it's always super fantastic to get the lids with them. I will probably keep this pitcher. I have some green tumblers from the Depression era, but I've never, in all this time of buying and selling, I've never actually kept a nice pitcher for myself. This one I think I will. So 1930s, of course it's going to light up with those black lights, but just a nice Depression era. People always want to know about prices. This I bought in an antique mall, and because I'm keeping it for myself, I did pay $19 for it in an actual, vendor-operated antique mall. These also came from the antique mall, and it was $20 for the pair. Not bad considering we have a lid. They're not dented either. And then I think you might see some film of this. When I took everyone to the Philly AIDS thrift shop, we went around the corner and there was quite a bit of green glass. I love the anchor hocking jars for the kitchen. Original lid. It would have had a foil sticker here saying coffee, tea, sugar, spice. And so here it is in uranium green in excellent condition from the 1930s. Keeping that. I cannot say no to poor little orphan stems. I just can't. There's only one. It's a beautiful yellow color. I really like the etching on it, and I've not yet looked it up. But look how nice, look how unusual that flower is. This is a good one. And eventually I'll dig out whatever pattern this is. That's probably $1. I am not a canning jar expert, but I liked this one, and it says MET Metro Easy Pack Mason on it, and it has the original lid, and it says Presto under there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I think it's going to be a keeper for me. Here's a familiar pattern to a lot of folks. It's the beautiful Macbeth Evans American Sweetheart pattern in this really nice milky opalescent pearlescent. For those of you who know this pattern well, you know that my light isn't doing it justice. It's a beautiful pattern. And since I just have this one plate, I suppose for now I'll just hold on to it. And then a glass shade, which is supposed to look, it's pink. And this came from the Goodwill, and I did pay $3.50 for it. As you know, I always need 1930s era lampshades. That one is, again, in pink. This, I forgot, this is for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop, and it's a lovely Fenton. Boy, doesn't that look like Coca-Cola, the color? It's a great opalescent, amber opalescent dish. I don't believe this ever had a lid. And it is marked Fenton on the bottom, so we know that it's after 1971. So I just think that is a really beautiful dish. And it is embossed with a pattern, as you can see. And it says Fenton right there. And there are no chips or damage on it. You like it? I sure do. And then, a lot of you know how much I like Art Deco, and I've always been a fan of Indiana Glass Modern Classic, which is a pattern that they put out in the early 30s. Very Art Deco, very modernistic, and I'm always looking for pieces of it, and I love it when I find it in the green and white and platinum, and here it is. This has an indentation here. Probably this is the underplate to a cheese and cracker set. So you know the compote would sit right here. It's not completely flat like a dinner plate would be. And so I'll be able to find a compote at some point, but I like it just like that. And it goes so well with all of my other greenish Art Deco glass. So this is definitely something I'm going to add to my Indiana Glass collection. And you know what? I've got another piece. Hold on for just a second. Well, okay, here's something very similar. Now this one I am going to sell, but it's just not listed yet. Now today we call these tidbit, but a lot of times these were advertised in the 1930s as sandwich trays with a handle. You know, for little tiny triangular shaped sandwiches. And so there it is. But this one I'm going to keep. This one's going to be for sale as soon as I can get it listed. I do have photographs of it, but I don't think I've listed it yet. Just wanted to run out and show you that. Let's put both of these down. And what else do I want to do? Oh. Let's see, we all went into a thrift shop on Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia. And now, finally, I think I want to show you a very small desk lamp that I bought. Hold on. First of all, I'm over the top about this light bulb. That is a 1930s light bulb that you would see in the hall sconces and things in houses during the Depression. And so I haven't tested it yet, but it may still work. It probably does. It's a wonderful, wonderful light bulb. And then this is an old desk lamp. Now you're saying, Scott, that's a wall sconce. You've got it turned wrong. No. And how do we know? Well, we know because there wouldn't be a hole here for the cord to come out, but also it's heavily weighted with a piece of iron in the bottom to keep it on the table without turning upside down. And there's also no place here for it to hang. It does not hang from that spot right there. That's not a place to hang it on the wall. So this is actually, and they did make small lamps like this. Small desk lamps were made like this. Someone has rewired it, and it's hilarious. They put this massive, almost vacuum cleaner, industrial strength cord on there. So that's going to come off. And then the whole thing is twisted wrong because the cord should come out of the back, not the side. But what I'm going to do with it is... Now I've taken the light bulb out to show you what I'm going to do with it. First of all, once I get rid of this cord, I'll then be rewiring it with the wonderful, here's a spool of this great old reproduction cord, which is authentic. And then I'm not going to be using this shade, but I'm going to use one of my wonderful glass. This is the one, the Queasel with the random threading. Personally, I'm not a fan of the random silly string threading on the outside of the lamp, so I'm not going to use this one. But I will be putting a fitter on this and using one of my elegant art glass shades and using this as a small desk lamp. And there were, I have seen many examples of lamps, very simple lamps like this, with these wonderful old art glass shades on them, sort of as an accent lamp, a piano lamp, a desk lamp. So I'm going to be figuring out how to do that. Not figuring out how to do that, but I have a few of these shades similar to this, and I can't wait to do it. And I really was looking for a very simple brass or lamp from the era with a nice old patina on it that wasn't too fancy, that would not take away from the star of the show, which would be a shade like that. Well, thank you for watching. I will be back in the next day or two, and I have more things to list for the Old Curiosity Shop, and I'll have footage of the fun time I had with guests from out of state and links to their channels so you can check out their films as well, videos as well. Okay, that's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. Wait for Salem. So long for now.